Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Dumelang, Absheni, Ralocha, Sanbanani, Moloeni. My name is Naledi Mfoloe, and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News Channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Burkina Faso has done it once again, and this time they're swapping out colonial attire for cultural pride. Now, you know, when we talk about revolutions in Africa, I think the first thing that often comes to mind is the political change or the social upheaval, right? But today, I want to talk about a different kind of revolution, and I believe that this one is one that combines culture, identity, and even the law. Now, Burkina Faso, under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traoré, is doing something quite incredible. I mean, they're banning colonial era symbols, and yes, I'm talking about those outdated European-style wigs worn by judges and lawyers. And instead, they'll wear garments made from the proudly Burkina Faso Dan Fani fabric, which, if you ask me, is quite a bold statement of economic self-reliance and cultural rebirth. Let's have a look.
Sur la poitrine, le drapeau du Burkina Faso qui est apposé. C'est tout un symbole pour dire que la justice est rendue au nom du peuple burkinabé.
I mean, for decades, right, colonial symbols have dictated how many of us see ourselves, how we dress, how we govern. But this is a different kind of revolution. And I believe that by discarding imported wigs and textiles, Burkina Faso is saying no to dependency and yes to a future shaped by its people and its resources and its culture. Now, as a South African, this strikes a chord. I mean, we too have remnants of colonialism embedded in our daily lives, right? In our courtrooms, in our schools, even in our ceremonies. And let's just be honest, right? Those powdered wigs, they've never looked like us or for us. They're symbols of a time when Africa's power was stolen and dressed up in a foreign garb. And Burkina Faso's move is revolutionary, and not just ideologically, but economically also. President Traoré has banned important clothing and committed to producing textiles locally. And I believe this means more jobs, more pride, and more control over their narrative. And while some might argue that it's just symbolisms, but I believe that symbols matter. They tell the world who we are, and more importantly, who we are not. And this raises a question for all of us in Africa and across the diaspora. Should we follow suit? Should we, too, cast off these colonial relics and redefine our symbols of authority, beauty, and culture? Imagine courtrooms in Jamaica and Ghana, or even here in South Africa, where judges wear attires that reflects their heritage instead of a foreign legacy. And let's not forget the fashion angle, right? Africa has always been a trendsetter. I mean, just look at the global runways. So why shouldn't our traditional fabrics be showcased in our own institutions? I mean, Burkina Faso is proving that fashion can be a tool to the revolution, and I can't help but feel a deep sense of pride and admiration for what Burkina Faso is doing. It's not just a fashion revolution, it's an ideological one. We often talk about decolonization, but decolonizing our minds and our institutions means challenging every part of colonial legacy, even the small and seemingly insignificant things like an attire. Now, Burkina Faso's step is more than a change in wardrobe. It's a call to action for every African and Caribbean nation to reflect on what we wear, what we honor, and what we aspire to become. And as the old age goes, right, clothes makes the man, or in this case, the nation. I believe it's time, and Burkina Faso, my friends, is leading the way Now let's hope other nations follow this bold example. I believe that a revolution in fashion is a revolution in thought and ultimately a revolution in freedom. So, what do you think? Should we shed colonial attire for garments rooted in our heritage? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and while you're at it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me. Till we meet again, it is goodbye.